welcome back. This is the Siege of New York, Siege of Central New York, I should say. We're about to head into Game 10, a matchup between Central New York and Burning River. I'm Bobby Narco.
I am Blackjack.
Our producer today is going to be Jim the Grim, and running everything for us today we have Chad and Lana. I do that. It's the Lana that throws me off. Chad
and Lana.
I'm sorry, but it's Chad and Lana from Nerd Derby, bringing us all the production, the technical aspects of the production. I'm going to take us through our ref crews and NSOs. Our non-skating officials, we have Dodge Charger, Stabby McNeedles, WEB Destroys, Fatal Exception, yours truly, Kinky Linky, Influenza, John Brawls, Ms. Hyde, and Drop Dead Gorgon. Blackjack, you want to tell us who our referees are?
Yep, referees for this bout are going to be Wookie Mistake, Chunk Rock Girl, Dirk Shearer, Webb Lynx, Shanksy, Doesn't Matter, Vile Lovett, and Rob Anybody.
All right, and the rosters for Burning River. They're out of Cleveland, Ohio, the United States of America. They are the Burning River Roller Derby All-Stars. They are currently ranked number 232 number 203 by the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. Number 11 is Stink Flamingo. Number 14, Dottie Hit Someone. Number 146 is Cerebellum. Number 175 is Roseblood. Number 17 is Ginger and Tonic. Number 210 is Aphrodite. Number 256 is Decrypt. Number 28 is Killer Queen. Number 4 is Coco Sparks. Number 519, Wrath of Connie. Number 718, Ghost Grace Killa. Number 78 is Nat. Number 80 is Leia Flat. Number 81 is Primo Donna. And the captain wearing number 37 is Brianna Ruins. Coaches for Burning River are Maloik and You'll See Stars.
And for Central New York Roller Derby out of Utica, New York, the CNY Nightmares, WFTDA ranking 201. Number 003, Sinful. Number 18, Summer of Sam. Number 253, Shist and Giggles. Number 26, Jaded Skater. Number 3, Pissin Ginger. Number 31, Tailspin. Number 315, Connie Vict. Number 32, Ream. Number 36, Farmer Slaughter. Number 42, Hotcakes. Number 47, Captain Kirky. Number 79, Anita Grenade, and number 13, the captain, Slay West. Coaches for Central New York Roller Derby are Woo and Rufo.
All right, and out on the jammer line right now for Central New York, we have number 42, that is Hotcakes, and number 37 for Burning River is Brianna Ruins.
Brianna Ruins.
All right.
The captain on the line, and everybody is on the line right now. Everybody packed up tight against the jammer line, and this is a rematch from last year's Siege of CNY. Burning River did defeat Central New York by a good margin. I don't have the official score in front of me right now, but
I do somewhere.
Somewhere we have this in our pile of papers, but CNY is going to be looking to avenge that defeat today as we get ready to start things in just under 10 seconds.
So let's see if we can find it. CNY and Burning River didn't play in 2018.
It may have been in 2017. I was fed information by CNY skaters, and it could
they
be.
might have just played each other. It might not have been at
It may
Siege.
have not have been at the Siege. It may have been just a rematch of a prior event in the year.
All right, that big swooping missile means it is 5 seconds until we get underway. Once again, Burning River's in white. Central New York is in black.
Brianna Ruins making some progress in the center of the pack now, but CNY is doing a good job of keeping her locked up at the front. Burning River holding Hotcakes at the back. Not a lot of progress being made for either jammer right now. Brianna Ruins trying to take to the inside, moving to the outside. Great lateral movement, gets knocked out by Connie Vick.
Yeah, good job forcing the jammer to the infield. At the top of the pack.
Meanwhile, Hotcakes has made progress. She does get through, does get lead jammer for CNY. Brianna Ruins not far behind her, though, completing her initial pass as well. Both skaters screaming around the track, getting ready to re-engage the pack, almost at the same time forcing Hotcakes to call off the jam. No points for either team in our first jam of the bout.
I think this is the first jam at this tournament I've called where we didn't have a lead change in jam number 1. There's almost always a lead change in jam number 1.
And this could be setting the tone for what we're going to see throughout the remainder of this game. I mean, obviously, first jam, things can change, but it shows that these two, we see it in the rankings, and we saw it in that first jam, very, very evenly matched.
All right, out on the line for Central New York, number 32 is Ream, and number 146 is
Cerebellum.
Cerebellum. Here we go.
Great cohesion from both blockers here, from both sets of blockers on both teams. Ream trying to make her way up at the front, trying to find some holes on the outside, can't do it. Cerebellum having the same issues.
Yeah, the first 2 jams, it's just been an abattoir out there. We haven't even hit the backstretch yet in 2 jams.
Yeah, very, very tight defense, and it looks like Sarah Bellum has made her way through.
First penalty of the game is a direction of play penalty. Let's see who's leaving. That is a Burning River skater. Number 519, Wrath of Connie on the direction of play. Star pass Black. Who did that go to?
Star pass to Slay West, the captain, number 13. Sarah Bellum in for her first scoring pass right now. She does get through, calls off the jam. 4 points on the board, so our first points on the board go to Burning River. 4-0 the score, 27 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So the first lead change comes to jam number 2. Not bad. Let's see if we'll have some more.
Coming to the line now, we got number 18, Summer of Sam for CNY, going against number 256 for Burning River, Decrypt.
So neither team repeating jammers yet. Each team has at least a 3 jammer rotation, at least if they're showing their hands at this point in the game.
And Summer of Sam just trying to muscle her way through. We saw it in the bouts yesterday. Summer of Sam, a very physical blocker, a very, very physical jammer. She jams like a blocker almost, where she just kind of knocks her way through.
Jams like a blocker. Love it.
And Summer of Sam on that outside. She does get through, picks up lead jammer for CNY. Decrypt still trying to complete her initial pass.
So it looks like CNY will get their first points of the game. Penalty coming in from the back. It's a track cut, and it's on the jammer. There's a power jam.
This is definitely going to be something that CNY is going to be happy about. They're going to have the chance to not only make up the points that they lost in the last jam, but they're going to be able to break open this lead. We're going to see our second lead change of the game in the third jam.
There you go. Tie game right now, and certainly not done. Summer of Sam. Oh, look at that lineup. That's good. That's an interesting formation. They were all in a row like that. Almost looked like bars on a cell phone. That was tallest to shortest.
Yeah, that's true. They height arrangement. And it looks like we have a bit of a reversal of fortune here. Summer of Sam getting sent to the penalty box now.
Yeah, that's a back block. So this will be our first 2-minute jam of the game. And lead is lost.
And so is that opportunity to open up a wide lead here for CNY. And now it is in Burning River's favor. CNY did manage to put up 4 points on the board before that penalty. So the score is officially tied now.
And I believe they have points on in this pass before they picked up that back block, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the refs say at the end of the jam, but that is certainly a possibility. And Sam is out of the penalty box now.
Direction of play penalty coming in. Central New York losing a blocker on the direction of play.
It's Jaded Skater that's going to the penalty box. Jammer on jammer action on turn 3 here. And Decrypt gets the best of it as she heads in, but no one's lead jammer anymore, so we're just going to let this run out. And that's the end of the jam.
Very slick surface here. It's a polished concrete floor here at the John F. Kennedy Arena in Rome, New York.
Absolutely, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday in CNY's game with Jersey Shore, but if you are not prepared for this surface, then you are going to have a struggle with it. And we talk about home field advantage. CNY skates on this floor every single week, multiple times a week. They are familiar with it. They know the wheel setup. They know the tricks and the little tips that they can use to stay on their feet on this track, and they're going to try and use that to their advantage here.
All right, we got a rematch of jam number 1 with Hotcakes up against Brianna Ruins. Brianna Ruins picking up lead jam. So through the first 4 jams, teams alternating lead. That 8 points put on the board last jam by Summer of Sam was the high mark of the game.
And we do have a star pass to Slay West, who completed her initial pass for CNY. Meanwhile, Brianna Ruins does come in, gets some points, and calls off the jam. 4 points on the board for Burning River. 8-10 the score. Burning River in the lead. Another lead change here.
How about that? Who'd that star pass go to?
That was to Slay West, number 13.
Excellent. Thank you. The second time Slay West has been past the star.
And we saw her doing some jamming yesterday, so she's certainly going to be a popular target for that star in the event that their jammer can't get through. We have Reem at the line for CNY, number 32, going against number 175, Roseblood, at the line for the first time for Burning River.
So a little R&R, Reem and Roseblood.
And they both get knocked out of bounds, both get dragged in the pack by their opposing blockers. And Reem cuts to the inside, and she gets through, picks up lead jammer for CNY. Roseblood not far behind, but Reem does have some space if she wants to try and pick up some points here. Let's see what she tries to do. And it looks like we got a back block penalty called. on Ream. So now we have a power jam situation here. Roseblood, opportunity to score some points out there all by herself.
So second time Central New York has had lead and then lost it on a back block.
And that is, whether it is statistically worse than just giving it away on your initial pass or not, I don't know, but it certainly feels worse when you had that advantage
psychologically
and you
worse.
lose it, yeah.
Little blow to the psyche of the team.
Roseblood and Farmer Slaughter battling it out. Slaughter forced to let Roseblood go after they both go down. And Roseblood makes it through, gets another 4 points on the board for Burning River. Reem is out of the penalty box now.
Yeah, the pack waiting for the Jammers at that Jammer line.
And she is eligible to score points. That is one advantage of going in there after completing your initial pass, is you can come in and start scoring points right away. And we are going to have another 2-minute jam here.
Yep, our second of the game. Is Burning River still on their initial?
I believe Roseblood completed her initial.
So the first scoring pass.
I think she's
for
on her
Roseblood.
first scoring pass, yeah.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, she's definitely been through at least once. And no, they've put up, it looks like according to refs, they put 8 points on the board.
Okay.
So they're on 2 passes here at least. So despite all the back and forth that we've had, this looks like it's going to be a fairly even jam once we get to the end of it.
And the highest scoring jam of the game for both Jammers. And the highest total point scoring jam of the game, obviously. So 12 points brings Burning River up to 22, and we do in fact have another lead change. No, we don't. Sorry.
Not yet.
Withdrawn.
But it would not surprise me to see it very soon, as these two teams are only 5 points apart. And we've been seeing a lot of action in the penalty box with the Jammers. So if Burning River pulls a power jammer or has their jammer go to the box, and that could definitely change. We have Summer of Sam on the line for CNY going against number 78, Nat, for Burning River.
First appearance of Nat out on the jammer line. Nat was pesky last night. Lead jam picked up by Central New York. First time that we haven't alternated leads. First time that either team has strung 2 in a row together.
And Nat's not far behind, completing her initial pass. Summer of Sam making her way around the turns. And Nat engages more or less at the same time. Rather than calling it off, Summer of Sam decides she's going to let it go. And now she calls it.
Let it go.
Interesting to see. Okay, and it did pay off. 2 points on the board there for CNY. None on the board for Burning River. So 19-22 now that we have a 3-point game.
Indeed.
42 hotcakes on the line for CNY going against number 37, Brianna Ruins, the captain for Burning River.
Both teams with a full contingent of blockers out there. We will have 80 wheels a-blazing here on this polished concrete floor.
Despite the fact that we've seen a lot of jammer penalties, there hasn't been a large amount of blocker penalties. No more than usual, certainly. So it's been a very difficult game for both jammers so far. And Hotcake sees the line, picks up lead jammer for CNY.
It's 3 leads in a row.
Starting to get a little bit of momentum here. Let's see if Burning River can find an answer for it.
Direction of play penalty coming in. That is on CNY Skater.
Looks like that's on Jaded Skater. I believe that's her second trip to the penalty box so far. Hotcakes gets through.
Failure to reform called right before the jam is called off.
Hotcakes calls it.
And we do have another lead change.
23-22 the score here. A start of a really great game. 10 minutes into this bout, 1-point game. It's been close the whole time. Really back and forth.
If you're just tuning in, you are watching the Siege of Central New York on twitch.tv/Nerd Derby.
Ream going against Cerebellum here. Ream for CNY, Cerebellum for Burning River. Burning River with the blocker advantage here. CNY with only 2 blockers out there. And
first lead for Burning River since jam number 4.
Cerebellum taking advantage, picking up lead jammer. Meanwhile, Ream still stuck on her initial pass. Cerebellum's in for scoring points. And we're going to see another lead change here as Burning River picks up 4 more points, putting them on the board.
Got a penalty coming in.
Ream completes her initial pass.
Central New York losing a skater to the penalty box.
And Cerebellum gets through, calls it off after putting up another handful of points. 4 more points for them, so now it is a 7-point game and another lead change, 23-30 the score. Burning River in the lead.
We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lead changes here in jam number 9.
5 lead changes in 9 jams, 42 hotcakes on the line for CNY.
Actually, we're just entering jam number 9. It's 5 lead changes in 8 jams.
And she's going against number 78, Nat, again. Hotcakes trying to find the seam. Direction of gameplay penalty called here on Anita Grenade. And Nat makes her way through, picks up lead jammer. Track cut. No, track cut penalty. So power jam here for CNY and maybe another lead change, Bobby.
That could be. Lead is open.
However, Burning River doing a good job of preventing hotcakes from coming through. CNY is trying to help out their jammer here, but Burning River is just swarming her.
It took 40 seconds to establish lead, but lead is picked up by Central New York.
Hotcakes makes it through, shakes her head, just like, oh, that was rough. And comes in to look to pick up some points here. Nat standing up, almost ready to get released from the penalty box, but she will have to complete her initial pass again. Hotcakes decides to call it, so we are going to have a power start here. Good track awareness, good awareness of the game by Hotcakes there, a veteran of Central New York Roller Derby, showing her knowledge of the game. 27-30 the score.
Yeah, they're going to hip pocket that lead change for this jam.
And we'll see if they can make dividends on that strategy, and that is definitely something that could happen here. Reem at the line all by herself for Central New York. Blocker advantage 2 here for CNY, so we'll see if they looks like they're going to just get ready for Nat to re-enter the box.
Nice drop back there by Connie Vick, extending the amount of time that Nat had to go to pick up lead, but Nat does pick up lead.
And she cruised right around the outside. Beautiful opening of the hips, finding the sliver of track that was free on the outside.
Wow.
Great move again.
How nimble.
Absolutely great agility on display by Nat here.
A forearm penalty sends a Central New York blocker to the penalty box.
And
Star pass
to Slay West again. A very popular target. They've been working that combination of Reem and Slay West pretty frequently. I think all of those star passes have been to her. Nat gets through again, calls off the jam. Another 4 points on the board, and Burning River holds back CNY and opens up to an 11-point lead, 27-38. And we see that move to the outside that Nat pulled off. I mean, we see Connie Vick drag her back. Great strategic play there, but then she just zooms to the outside, finds a space, and she is gone.
You are right that Slay West has inherited the star all 3 times. Twice it was passed by number 32, Reem, and once it was passed by number 42, Hotcakes.
Gotcha.
Take us up to the jammer line right now. Who do we have?
Looks like we have number 10. No, I believe that's number 18, Summer of Sam on the line. Yes. Her jersey was bunched up there. I didn't see the line.
That'll happen.
And she's going against Roseblood for Burning River. Jammers battling it out. Sam's almost clear, but getting held back. The pack's at a complete standstill right now, and we have another power jam situation. Rosebud getting sent to the penalty box. I did not see the call.
We got the real Caro saying, so many jammer fouls on the chat. If you want to join us on the chat, come on in.
And Summer of Sam does pick up lead jammer here for CNY. Now an 8-point game. And she picks up 4 points and
cuts that lead in half.
Roseblood comes out of the penalty box, star cover in hand, getting ready for a potential star pass, or at least keeping the option open. As Summer of Sam makes her way through, and it is a tie game now, 38-38.
And we have a star pass. Guess who?
Me.
Oh, other team. That's who.
Say, it's not to Slay West, I know, unless there was a quick trade that was made all of a sudden. Initial pass has been completed by Dottie Hit Someone for Burning River.
Star was, yes.
Connie Vick getting it sent to the penalty box for CNY. 2 more points on the board, and we have another lead change. Another lead change. 40-38 the score. Team timeout called. That is going to be called by, I believe, it has been called by Burning River.
Yep. And that 10 points is the high mark for CNY and the second high mark of the game.
And we're seeing a lot of really not gone are the days of the 20 and 30 point jams, Bobby.
Sure. Well,
I mean,
it helps that it contributes to that you're not getting 5-point passes
exactly.
anymore. We're working in base 4 instead of base 5. But point tallies
But
have
even
been
so,
coming
we're
down.
still not seeing a lot of 16-point jams
True
anymore.
enough.
Like it seems like the majority of the jams that we've seen, certainly in the games that I've seen this weekend, have been 12 or under. Like it's really been 3 passes or less. There's been so much of a shift in roller derby. As we see every year, a new rule set comes out. There's a little bit of an evolution of the rules, but it really feels like it is a game that is a much tighter game now, and a lot of those big advantages are gone. Those big power jam situations don't exist as much anymore. It's really a situation where it's difficult to break open a really large lead and even more difficult to hold it. And that's the end of the team timeout. We have Hotcakes coming to the lineup for CNY going against Nat again. Nat, one of the stronger performances so far for Burning River. They're going to look to take their lead back here from CNY.
Nat didn't come out to the jammer line until jam number 6, but since then, this is the fourth appearance for Nat.
Ooh, gets knocked to the outside last second there by Sinful. Almost made another great move again, but got cut off. Gets knocked to the inside now by Jaded Skater. Making her way, great lateral movement again. Takes a bit of a time, takes some time for her to find the hole, but she gets there. Jaded Skater getting sent to the penalty box, and now we have a power jam situation as well as Hotcakes goes.
On a track cut.
Yes, track cut penalty. And there's another lead change. Burning River picking up 4 points in that pass as Connie Vick comes out of the penalty box. 4 against 3, the blocker situation. Nat gets knocked to the inside by Sinful.
Yeah, Sinful with the apex, foiling
forearm
the apex
penalty, looks like. So she did knock into her illegally. And Nat gets back up, gets 4 more points on the board. Nat getting knocked outside. As Hotcakes is back in, and she is ready to complete her initial pass and does so.
Directional play penalty coming in. Burning River losing their pivot right before the jam ends. And look what do we have another lead change?
Yes, we do.
How about
yes, we do.
8 points on the board makes it a 46-40 game.
Ream coming to the line for CNY against number 37, Brianna Ruins.
Ruins was the first jammer of the game and jammed in the 4th jam, and we haven't seen her since.
And that was a 12-point jam for Burning River, so the score is 40-50.
Good thing I work in erasable ink.
Yeah, you got to do it. Nothing is permanent. But Brianna Ruins makes her way through, picks up lead jammer for Burning River. Ream completes her initial pass about a half track behind her.
First time this game, Burning River's picked up consecutive leads. And that 12 points put up in the last jam ties the high mark of the game. 2 points more for Burning River extends them to 52. And CNY held scoreless in consecutive jams for the first time since jams 1 and 2.
And now we have Summer of Sam coming to the line for CNY, going against Sarah Bellum for Burning River. Both teams down a blocker.
Boy, that jam timer has a stentorian 5 seconds. I can hear it with my headsets on.
Summer of Sam getting a little bit tripped up. Sarah Bellum getting knocked to the floor. And Summer of Sam picks up lead jam for CNY. Meanwhile, Sarah Bellum finding the outside, does complete her initial pass. Summer of Sam's got about a half track on her, but what Sam does have in power, she does give up in speed a little bit, and that has allowed Sarah Bellum to catch up. And Summer of Sam calls it, but I think Sarah Bellum might have snuck a point or two away there. Nope.
No sneaky points, no points.
But no points for either team, no.
So the second time we're scoreless, and the first time since jam number 1.
And now we have Nat coming to the line for Burning River. Action moving fast here. 42 Hotcakes coming to the line for CNY. Already just about 20 minutes into this half.
CNY hasn't put any points on the board since jam number 11 when they scored 10. Let's see if they can remedy that. Burning River been putting points on steadily until the last one.
Hotcakes making her way through, and she completes her initial pass for CNY. 2 lead jammers in a row now. As Nat getting held back.
Multiplayer block coming in. Who's leaving on the multiplayer?
Nat completes her initial pass. Anita Grenade getting sent off on the multiplayer. Hotcakes calls it off. 1 point on the board there for CNY, it looks like. 41-52 the score. And we have been gridlocked these past few jams.
Yeah, all of a sudden, since I'd say 13, 14, 15, only 3 points total have been scored in the last 3 jams.
Reem coming to the line for CNY against Brianna Ruins for Burning River. Scrum pack at the jammer line. Everything very tight there.
CNY with 1 skater in the penalty box. Burning River at full strength. Here we go.
Brianna Ruins, really like a lot of head movement, just trying to fake out the blockers in front of her, but the CNY doing a good job of staying in front of her. Reem breaks free.
Gets by that brace 3 wall, picks up lead. That's 3 leads in a row for Central New York. Only the second time they've strung 3 together, going back to jams 5, 6, and 7.
But despite the fact they've got 3 in a row, they've only got 3 points, I believe, in those 3. So
Yeah. Well, they've only got 1 point in those 3.
1 point, yeah. So then we have, that's the Burning River is doing a good job of minimizing the damage here. And it looks like we're going to see it again. I don't believe we're going to get a full pass there. 2 points on the board there for CNY.
And 1 for Burning River.
And 1 for Burning River. They managed to sneak away 1.
One of those sneaky points.
10-point difference right now between the 2 teams. 53-43 the score. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first half.
You are watching the Siege of Central New York on twitch.tv/Nerd Derby. Brought to you by Chad and Lana from New England Roller Derby Report. Who's out there on the jammer line?
Looks like we got Summer of Sam for CNY going against Roseblood for Burning River. Summer of Sam knocked down. Roseblood knocked down as well. Roseblood making more progress right now. Pack getting spread out. There was a whistle called here. It looks like for a forearm penalty. Roseblood picks up lead jammer for Burning River. Forearm penalty call on Piss and Ginger, number 3 for CNY.
Piss and Ginger also one of the announcers here this weekend.
Yes, she is.
Got a track cut, and it is on the jammer.
So looks like we're going to have a power jam here for Burning River.
Penalty coming in on the backstretch. It's an illegal position. Can't see who's leaving. Oh, it's Black 315.
That is Connie Vict.
On the illegal position.
And Roseblood cruises through, picks up 4 points on the board for Burning River. 8-point jam here for Burning River now. And despite the fact that CNY has had the dominance and lead jammer privilege in the past couple jams.
Forearm penalty. Going to go the full 2 minutes.
I didn't even get the words out of my mouth before they just proved me wrong here.
I was wondering if it was going to be a back block or a forearm, but I saw the white jammer come in hot. Now we got a back block. That's called on black number 3, Piss and Ginger.
Again, she just came out of the penalty box, and now she's going back.
Must have left something there.
And Summer of Sam just left the penalty box as well, and she is still trying to complete her initial pass, but Burning River doing a great job of shutting her down.
Third 2-minute jam of the game.
Summer of Sam absolutely cut through Jersey Shore yesterday, but Burning River is doing a little bit better of a job of holding her back.
Nice job adjusting the knee guard on the fly, heading across that home stretch. Now heading across the back stretch, looking for points.
And here she comes.
Here they both come.
Burning River definitely has the point advantage in this jam. CNY is going to look to level some of that back up. And, Roseblood takes a hard hit by Slay West.
2 minutes ends the jam. Let's look at the final tallies. Burning River picks up an even dozen to bring them up to 65.
And Central New York picked up 2, so they're at 45. So this is now a 20-point deficit, which I believe is the biggest that we've seen so far for either team.
Let's get Jim the Grim on that. Is 20 points the highest deficit we've seen, the biggest lead?
Slay West at the line for CNY going against Nat for Burning River.
Jim the Grim does agree that 20 points is the biggest lead of the game.
And the jammers haven't even crossed the line yet, but Nat makes a big break outside to in, picks up lead jammer for Burning River. Meanwhile, Hotcakes
blocking with the head. And is it on the jammer?
Don't know. We'll see.
No one's left.
No one's gone off the track yet. Hotcakes has the star cover in hand, getting knocked around in that pack.
So penalty might have been waved off. Directional play coming in.
And that's on Farmer Slaughter, number 36.
Picking up an additional minute. We've got a directional play penalty coming in, or additional penalty, and a directional play penalty coming in on number 79.
That's Anita Grenade.
Anita Grenade. 4-point pass, and a star pass black.
That's to Sinful, number 003. First person to receive it for CNY other than Slay West this bout.
And the 4th star pass for Central New York.
Great move by Nat. Nat has proven very difficult for the CNY blockers to stop. She's just made a lot of very quick lateral changes that CNY can't come up with. We have Hotcakes heading over, getting checked on by our medical staff right now. Hopefully she's okay.
And we are going to have number 37 for Central New York, Brianna Ruins, on the line up against number 32.
That's Reem.
Reem.
Burning River with the blocker advantage, 4-2. Brianna Ruins getting hit hard by Sinful.
Illegal position sends a Burning River blocker to the penalty box.
Farmer Slaughter getting released from the penalty box now. Brianna Ruins picks up lead jammer for Burning River, and Burning River starting to get a lot of momentum now.
First time Burning River has picked up 3 leads in a row. Who's got that star now?
That's Slay West. Star pass again to the pivot for CNY as Brianna Ruins makes her way through, calls it off before Slay West can get any more points. Another 8-point jam.
4 showing right now on the scoreboard.
I believe there was 2 passes there, but I could be wrong. Action's moving so quickly, I might have just conjured another pass in my head. It looks like that is the case. 77-45 the score. Burning River with the lead over CNY. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Burning River's jammer in the box. No, they're just late to the party. 32 on the line. Oh, repeat jams for number 32. Back-to-back jams for Reem.
Reem and Cerebellum coming out almost at the exact same time, but Reem gets lead jammer, just decides to call it. Not a lot of point in battling it out if she wasn't going to let the clock run.
If I'm not getting anything for it, I'm not going to do it.
Why skate the extra 60 feet just to call it off?
Oh, and they need the time. They're trailing, so they want the time back on the clock. Speaking of time, there's 3 minutes left in the half. Time has flown by.
Very fast-paced game so far. Not a lot of stoppages, not a lot of timeouts. We have Nat at the line again against Farmer Slaughter.
First appearance on the jammer line for Farmer Slaughter.
Farmer Slaughter, who also does duties as a referee in her free time, picks up lead jammer.
Perfect from the jammer line, 1 for 1.
And she's got room to get some points here for CNY, and they need to get some points on the board and start to level this game back up. Farmer Slaughter getting knocked down hard on turn 2, forced to call off the jam. Don't believe she got a full pass there. Looks like she didn't get any points.
So
no, 1 point.
Ah, there we go.
They changed it.
About to say back-to-back scoreless, but no.
1 point on the board there for CNY. 46-77 the score. 31-point lead right now for Burning River. Got time for a couple more jams here. Maybe.
Yeah, just about 2 minutes left.
Reem back on the line for CNY. She is getting a lot of play in the end of this half.
On the line 3 times in the last 4 jams.
And that is interesting because she is one of the newer jammers for CNY, so I don't know if they're just looking to get her the experience, if they're reserving some of their other jammers for later on in the game, but there's clearly been some sort of strategy shift here for CNY.
Both teams now working very, very vigorous walls, focusing completely on stopping the other jammer. Direction of play penalty coming in. Who's leaving on the direction? That is a CNY blocker. And a forearm penalty coming in on a Burning River blocker. That's number 20-something, 28, Killer Queen.
Yep.
And lead jam goes to White. Nearly a minute in. 40 seconds in.
Brianna Ruins coming in for her first scoring pass. Reem, trying to get through, but meanwhile, nice hop over the inside line. 4 points on the board for Burning River as Reem does complete her initial pass for CNY. Sinful trying to hold back Brianna Ruins. And we get a whistle here. Brianna Ruins calls it off. Not sure who the whistle was on yet.
The penalty is a forearm. Can't quite see who's leaving. It looks like
I believe it's Sinful.
383.
No. Let's see.
Well, 8 points picked up by Burning River puts them up to 85.
And it is Sinful going to the box, so there was a forearm call there.
CNY has only put 1 point on the board since jam number 18.
Great defensive play here by Burning River. We got 42 Hotcakes on the line for CNY against number 146 Cerebellum for Burning River. Cerebellum just gets dropped by Anita Grenade on the outside line there, and Slay West sends her all the way back.
Period clock is down to 0. We are in added time. if I may borrow a term from the sport of soccer, or football, as they say across the pond. Lead jam goes to Burning River.
And Hotcakes does complete her initial pass.
Hits it, quits it, and we will have a halftime.
Unofficial halftime score, 89-46. So Burning River, after what was really a very, very tight first 10 jams or so, Burning River is really starting to open it up.
Yeah, we haven't had a lead change since jam number 11, back when since jam number 12, when Burning River retook the lead.
So we'll see what the locker room talk is going to be like for both of these teams, but especially for CNY, to see if they can do something to try and dig this lead back and come back and get another lead change and hopefully walk away with a victory.
Yeah, Jim the Grim points out that since jam 11, they have only put 6 points on the board. CNY's only put 6 points on the board. Well, it is halftime. Go refill your beverage, take care of whatever you need to take care of, answer those emails, and come on back. In about 10 minutes, we'll have some statistical analysis and the second half of Central New York versus Burning River. All right, welcome back. This is the Siege of Central New York. This is the second half of Central New York Roller Derby Nightmares against the Burning River Roller Derby All-Stars. CNY trailing 46-89. I've got some percentages or statistical analysis for you. In terms of lead jams, CNY's had a lead 12 times. Burning River's only had a lead 11 times. CNY's passed the star 5 times, 4 of them going to number 13, Slay West. Burning River's only passed the star once. That went to number 14, Dottie Hit Someone. In terms of jammer trips to the penalty box, Burning River sent their jammer 3 times. CNY sent their jammer 4 times. There have been 3 leads without 3 jams without any score. Jams number 1, 14, and 20. Every jam has had a lead jammer, and there have been 3 2-minute jams, jams 3, 5, and 17. High score for Central New York with 10 points is number 18 in jam number 11. That's Summer of Slam. And high score for Burning River, a dozen points put on the board 2 times. First in jam number 12 by number 78, that is Nat. And then again in jam number 17 by number 175, Roseblood. And I think you have some jammer lead jam stats for the rotations of the teams?
Yes, we do. So for CNY, number 18, Summer of Sam, has gotten lead jammer 3 out of 6 times, so 50%. Number 32, Reem, has gotten lead jammer 3 out of 9 times, so about 33%. These are really easy to do when they're nice round numbers. 36, number 36, Farmer Slaughter, has 100% gotten lead jammer 1 of 1 time. 42, Hotcakes is 50%, 4 of 8 times for CNY. For Burning River, number 146, Cerebellum has been lead jammer 3 of 5 times. Number 175, Roseblood, has been 1 of 3 times. Number 256, Decrypt, 0 of 1 times. And number 37, that is Brianna Ruins, has been lead jammer 4 of 7 times. And number 78, Nat, lead jammer, despite the fact of her really great performance, only 3 of 7 times.
All right, then. Thanks to Jim the Grim for collecting those stats for us. And we are underway in jam number 2. Blackjack, take us out to the jammer line.
Hotcakes and Brianna Ruins. And before we can even finish that sentence, Brianna Ruins is out. She has lead jammer. Hotcakes completing her initial. No, star pass again to number 13. No! We have a penalty, forearm penalty for Slay West. So power jam to start off the second half.
As jammer, she's holding the jammer star as she's going.
So power jam situation here after the pass. Brianna Ruins out there all by herself, picking up points for Burning River.
All by myself.
And it looks like we got a piece of gear on the track somewhere.
Low block coming in. Central New York losing a skater on a low block.
It's Connie Vick that's going off.
And they're getting 2 penalties. And number 315 also. Oh, 315. So another Central New York came around the long way that wasn't Connie Vick.
It looks like I do see Hotcakes in there too. Hotcakes was the jammer going into this jam, but
past the star, and now their star recipient in the penalty box as well.
Slay West doing a good job of staying on her feet, taking some tough hits.
Completing that initial pass backwards through turn number 4, but the jam is called off. 11 points brings it up to 10 squared. 100 on the board for Burning River. No points for CNY.
CNY stuck at 46 right now. Ream coming to the line for CNY against number 146, Cerebellum.
CNY stuck on 46 since jam number 21 of the first half. Black jammer number 32, that is Ream. And white jammer number 146 is Cerebellum.
And Cerebellum picks up lead jammer for Burning River.
2 in a row. And now the leads have changed. Burning River now have lead 13 times, and CNY's had lead 12 times.
So the lead change there's been a lead change.
It leads, yes. Lead jammer, lead change.
Lead jammer, lead change. We're getting really granular here now, Bobby.
Excellent. I like it when it's granular.
His highest batting average on a Tuesday in September.
1 point on the board for Central New York, breaks their scoreless streak. Burning River picks up 3 to put them up to 103.
We got Farmer Slaughter at the line for CNY against Nat.
Farmer Slaughter perfect on the jammer line, right?
Yep, see if she can keep it up. 100%, 1 for 1. And it was against Nat that she got that lead jammer as well. And they're both grinding it out here. Nat working back and forth. Farmer Slaughter trying to negotiate the blockers at the back of the pack.
Grinding, an excellent choice of words, Blackjack.
Thank you very much. Nat, meanwhile, gets knocked to the inside by Slay West, forced to go all the way back. Neither jammer. We haven't even gotten into turn 1 yet. We haven't even left the pivot line.
Illegal position, sends a Burning River blocker to the penalty box. Looks like lay a flat.
And Nat has completed her initial pass. So
all 3 leads this half gone to Burning River.
Farmer Slaughter still trying to complete her initial pass as Nat comes in for her first scoring pass. And Farmer Slaughter getting sent off. That is going to be a forearm call. So we have another power jam here for Burning River, and this is certainly not the way CNY wanted to start off the second half.
Blocking with the head called on the Burning River jam, so this is a 2-minute jam.
And we're going to see Farmer Slaughter come right back out of the penalty box, and that it's only going to serve about 5 seconds or so before she's going to be sent out as well.
First 2-minute jam of the period. We had 3 in the first period. Star has been passed.
And that star's been passed again to number 13, Slay West. She gets knocked around. Oh, just gets knocked out of bounds. Comes back in. Meanwhile, Nat.
Someone's got a forearm. That's number 80, Leia Flat. Second trip to the penalty box this jam for Leia Flat.
And Shiston Giggles going to get sent to the penalty box as well for CNY. And Slay is in for some scoring as Nat looks to pick up some more points for Burning River. Slay gets through. That's the end of the jam.
Each team putting points on the board, as well they should, in a 2-minute jam.
3 points on the board, 4 points on the board for CNY, 7 points on the board for Burning River.
Roughly a 2-to-1 ratio.
Hotcakes on the line, number 42 for CNY going against number 37, Brianna Ruins for Burning River.
Each team with 3 blockers.
Brianna Ruins making the most progress early on. Hotcakes gets knocked down. Back to her feet.
Failure to reform is the call on the Burning River pivot. And illegal position assessed to Central New York as well. Lead jam has gone to Burning River. That is all 4 leads this half. On a misconduct called. It's going to be 2 penalties, whatever sent them there, and the misconduct.
Penalties flying fast and furious here in this jam. We have 2 Burning River blockers going in and 1 CNY. And here we see on the replay some of the fast moves of Brianna Ruins breaking free. Great fancy footwork here, nice spin move. Keeping those skates moving, cuts to the inside, stays on 1 foot, inbounds, and she is gone.
Great work, Chad.
Hey, no problem.
Who do we have out there on the jammer line? Blackjack.
We got Ream for CNY going against number 175, Roseblood for Burning River. Roseblood picks up lead jammer, and Burning River keeps their lead jam streak perfect in the second half. Ream not far behind, though, completing her initial pass for CNY. Ooh, big hit there. And that's the end of the jam.
No points for CNY.
2 points for Burning River.
116 to 51. Matchup between 203 and 201 in the standings.
Only a two position difference in the rankings, but Burning River is showing that they are the better team so far in this bout. 116 to 51 to score. Farmer Slaughter on the line against Nat once again.
Burning River, the lower rank of the two. Burning River coming in at 203. CNY is the one at 201. So an upset in the Bruin. Still way early for that.
Indeed, but if Burning River keeps their lead jammer streak up, there's just no way CNY is going to be able to recover. They have to figure out what it's going to take to break their jammer free first, create some space, and be able to start to chop into this lead. They have 20 minutes, but they've really got to start to think about this soon if they're going to make a comeback.
Only the third jam for Farmer Slaughter. She's 1 for 2 on the line. Direction of play penalty coming in. That is the CNY pivot. Number 28, Killer Queen.
It's
Dynamite with a laser beam.
Burning River pivot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Burning River pivot. Yes.
CNY pivot's still out there.
Direction of play penalty coming in, or just being relayed? Nope, that is a direction of play. I was psychic.
You cursed her, Bobby. Slate West getting sent to the penalty box by the force of will of Bobby Narco.
So both pivots in on directional play penalties.
As Nat breaks free, looks exhausted in doing so. Picks up lead jammer as Farmer Slaughter still cannot complete her initial pass.
CNY looking for their first lead jam of the period.
And they're going to have to wait until the next jam, at least.
At least.
Connie Vick knocking Nat to the inside, sending her way back. This is Connie Vick's final game with CNY.
Oh.
It is worth noting. She is hanging up the skates as much as any roller derby skater has ever retired. We have a direction of gameplay.
That's number 4 on the white team, Coco Sparks.
And number 78, Nat, gets through, gets another 4 points on the board.
If you are listening from Burning River and your name is Kent the Politician, I want to thank you for coming out to Gotham last night to announce the Manhattan Mayhem versus Brooklyn Bombshells game. Oh, we had a star pass right at the very end to number 13. Kent coming out to Gotham let me come up to my very first Siege of New York. Siege of New York is a WFTDA recognized tournament, and the WFTDA recognized tournament program recognizes and supports high-quality WFTDA member leagues hosted worldwide.
And we have Hotcakes on the line against number 37, Brianna Ruins.
Track cut.
And power jam here
for Burning River.
Brianna Ruins makes her way through, picks up lead jammer for Burning River. Still the power jam going on here. Full complement of blockers for both teams out on the track. Burning River going to try and help their jammer through here. And Brianna Ruins makes her way through, picks up 4 points on the board for Burning River as Hotcakes comes out of the penalty box, star cover in hand. Trying to make her way through on her own, getting knocked outside and sent way, way, way back. And that's the end of the jam, called off by Brianna Ruins.
7 points on the board, puts Burning River up at 129. And CNY sitting on 51. CNY hasn't scored since jam number 3. Burning River, meanwhile, has put points on the board every jam this period. Ream on the line for CNY. Who's getting down low for Burning River? Can you tell?
Looks like Sarah Bellum.
Sarah Bellum. That's using your head.
Reams on the inside, almost gets through, gets knocked to the inside last second. Almost thought we were going to have the first lead jam for CNY there. But Sarah Bellum proves that wrong. Picks up lead jam for Burning River, continues their streak. Ream trying to negotiate the blockers up at the front of the pack. CNY walled off at the back, ready to take in Cerebellum. We have a direction of gameplay penalty called and a Burning River blocker there.
4 more points on the board for Burning River.
Ream completing her initial pass. And that's the end of the jam.
So 3 more points makes a total of 7, bringing them up to 136. A 47-5 run this period for Burning River through the first 8 jams.
Yeah, Burning River only widening the lead that they had over CNY going into the half. Summer of Sam coming to the line against Nat.
We were talking about the rankings that these teams have. These rankings are used to determine who's going to be going to the Continental Cups and who's going to be going to the playoffs. We'll tell you a little bit more about that after the next set of whistles. Meanwhile, what's going on the track, Blackjack?
Summer of Sam's going against Nat. Summer of Sam makes her way through, picks up lead jammer for the first time for CNY in this half.
And the crowd goes wild.
Nat trying to make her way through, gets around Slay West, completes her initial pass as well. Summer of Sam's going to need to put some points on the board here for CNY. But Nat staying low and really catching up, gaining a lot of speed, cruising in, comes barreling into the pack. Summer of Sam gets 2 points, but then so does Burning River as well.
3-2.
3 points for CNY. That thumb, it's always the thumb that gets me.
Never mind. No, I didn't say a word.
54 to 138 the score. Burning River still in the lead. Central New York gaining 1 point on them. 42 to 42 on the line. Hotcakes against number 37 for Burning River. That is Brianna Ruins. Hotcakes makes her way through, and that's the second lead jammer in a row for CNY.
And here come the nightmares.
Brianna Ruins getting knocked around hard. And Hotcakes gets 2 points there for CNY.
And the first 0 on the board for Burning River this period.
So after not having had a point put on the board for CNY in consecutive jams for, I believe, 4 or 5 jams in a row, they've managed to put some points on the board twice in a row here. Ream on the line for CNY going against number 175 Roseblood for Burning River.
Only the second jam of the period for Roseblood. Roseblood was out there for 3 jams in the first period. Kind of a relief jammer.
And getting lead here for Burning River as Ream looks to be completing her initial pass. Makes her way around at number 19, Ginger and Tonic. Meanwhile, Roseblood's going to try and get some points here before calling it off. She gets in, calls it. Looks like 3 points on the board there for Burning River. 141 to 56 the score.
And we have a stoppage play official review by Burning River. So that'll give us an opportunity. We were telling you about these WFTDA tournament structure. And I need to find the handout.
Meanwhile, I do believe that this official review is going to be on a cut track call. Whether or not that is going to be valid. 141 to 56 the score right now. Burning River in the lead. We have just about 1/4 of this game left to go. 15 minutes in the second half.
All right, our WFTDA postseason, August 9th through 11th, we're going to have our first Continental Cup. That's the North American West, going to be in Orem, Utah, hosted by the Happy Valley Derby Darlings. Then the North American Eastern Continental Cup, going to be August 23rd to 25th in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, hosted by the Dutchland Derby Rollers. And the last Continental Cup, going to be the European Continental Cup, October 5th and 6th in Helsinki, Finland, hosted by the Kallio Rolling Rainbow. And then the playoffs, September 6th through 8th, the International WFTDA playoffs in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, hosted by Greensboro Roller Derby. And September 13th to 15th, the very next weekend, the International WFTD playoffs in Seattle, Washington, hosted by Rat City Roller Derby. Top finishers of those playoffs and the top 4 seeds will then go on to compete in the International WFTDA Championships November 15th to 17th in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, hosted by Montreal Roller Derby. Jim the Grim is meeting with our alt-ref rec, and they're going to tell us what this official review is all about. Burning River wanted a track cut on the CNY jammer, but on further review, the no call will stand. Take us out to the track, Blackjack.
Summer of Sam going to be going against Nat here. Summer of Sam on the outside, making more progress so far, getting that pack stretched out. Nat trying to navigate the wall at the back. Summer of Sam gets through, gets lead jammer for CNY, and they are starting to get some traction with these lead jammer calls.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4, and a track cut called, and it's on the
Power
jammer.
jam situation here now. This is CNY's opportunity to try and put some points on the board and try and claw back some of this lead that has been opened by Burning River. Burning River, meanwhile, doing a great job of holding back Summer of Sam, just keeping her locked down. Sam's trying to muscle her way through, but Burning River does have some blockers who can definitely match her in terms of physicality, really holding her back. Summer of Sam not able to bully her way through the pack like she is accustomed. Meanwhile, Nat is out of the penalty box and entering the scene right now as Summer of Sam tries to break free, gets hit hard again and again.
Illegal contact penalty coming in. Let's see who's leaving. That looks like it might be number 28.
Number 28, Killer Queen. I believe this was out of, she blocked while out of play.
Yeah. All right, so on that last set of whistles, 4 more points on the board for Burning River. CNY puts them up to 60. No points for Burning River, keeps them at 141.
Number 42, Hotcakes, going against the number 37, Brianna Ruins.
Only the second time Burning River has been held scoreless this half.
And Hotcakes gets through and gets lead jammer again.
That's 2 in a row and 4 of the last 5 lead jams to CNY.
Brianna Ruins, though, coming on hot here, trying to catch up to Hotcakes as she comes in looking to pick up some points. She gets into the pack, calls it off. Brianna did make contact with the pack, but no points for Burning River. 2 points on the board for CNY.
This coming in from the real Caro. Oh, I love math teachers, but I can't cheer for Sarah anymore. She's too good to need cheers. 62 for the Nightmares and 141 for the All-Stars. And only 3 points in the last 4 jams for Burning River, being held scoreless on back-to-back jams for the first time since jams 20 and 21 of the first period.
Ream on the line for against Sarah Bellum. Both jammers trying to make their way through, navigate this pack that's in front of them. Bodies are starting to fall as Ream sees an opportunity and gets lead jammer again for CNY. After Burning River had a streak of lead jams, CNY has seemingly taken it back from them.
Illegal position on whoever's leaving. Looks like a CNY blocker.
Connie Vicks looks like she'll be getting sent to the penalty box for 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Sarah Bellum does complete her initial pass for Burning River. Ream's in the pack, trying to score some points, calls off the jam. 2 points on the board there for CNY. Again, no points for Burning River.
I think that's the first time all game that Burning River has been held scoreless 3 jams in a row. And it is.
And CNY is doing an excellent job of getting lead, getting a couple points and calling it, but unfortunately the lead is so wide that they really need to try and make something out of these jams, try and hold their jammers in so they can start to get multiple passes. But again, just with these new rule sets, it's tough to put up a bunch of points in very quick succession. Summer of Sam is going to be jamming against Nat. 2 different approaches to jamming here. Summer of Sam more straightforward. Nat jumping over the inside with that agility, picks up lead jammer for Burning River.
Breaking up that streak of 3 lead jams in a row the Nightmares had.
And Summer of Sam does complete her initial pass, but she is looking tired in doing so. This is the third bout of the tournament for both teams. 1 point on the board for Burning River, 142-64 the score.
You are watching the Siege of Central New York on twitch.tv/Nerd Derby. I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Blackjack. Our producer is Jim the Grim. And we're going to have a stoppage of play. Timeout black, which was not surprising because there were no black jerseys on the track right there.
Yeah, they were able to see that coming. So timeout called, so we're going to have a minute to take a breath. We do have Wu talking to the refs in the center, but this is not an official review.
No, they're probably just campaigning a little bit.
A little bit.
First timeout for CNY.
I don't believe there have been any timeouts for one timeout for Burning River.
Burning River took a timeout after jam 11 in the first period, and they used their official review already in this period.
Yep. And again, we have seen this has been a pretty fast-moving game.
Scoreboard has not taken off that timeout yet for Central New York, but I see the jam timer pointing, so I know what's up. Got some views of the crowd, thanks to Cashman operating that camera on the back stretch. I'd like to send some love to our tournament head announcer, Aloda Sarcasm. Thanks for putting me on this crew. I'm having an absolute blast at my very first Siege of Central New York. This is my last game, so I'm pleased to be working with you, Blackjack, and you, Jim the Grim, and as always with Chad and Lana.
And we are getting ready to resume roller derby action here. Hot Cake's going to be going against Brianna Ruins. Brianna Ruins finds a big hole on the outside, takes it, picks up lead jammer for Burning River.
Back-to-back leads for Burning River since jams 7 and 8. Star has been passed. No pass, no penalty, so we're still good.
Hot Cake's pass the Star to Sinful, who is going to be taking up jammer duties, but Brianna Ruins does call it off before Sinful can do any damage.
First time the Star was passed to Sinful. Oh, no.
Second time.
First time this period. Second time in the game.
And we got Reem out there for CNY against a Roseblood for Burning River.
And we have a palindrome score, 64-146. Have a sip of your frosty beverage. The score is a palindrome. 175 on the line for Burning River. Did you do this, Jammers,
I
already?
did. Roseblood against Reem.
I got all excited with the palindrome.
Yes, you were. You're very, very jazzed for the palindrome. Meanwhile, Rosebud very jazzed to be the lead jammer for Burning River. And we have another Star pass to Slay West, who has been a frequent target, especially for Reem. And Roseblood gets a few points, calls it off. 4 more on the board for Burning River. 150-64 the score. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second half. All time is a flat construct. Everything is blurring together.
Absolutely.
I've been here 10 minutes and 12 days simultaneously. 42 hotcakes on the line against number 37 Brianna Ruins.
These two just matched up 2 jams ago. Let's see if there's a different outcome this time. 8 minutes and change left to play in the game.
Brianna Ruins getting knocked around on the inside line. A little bit of jammer on jammer action there as Hotcakes went down, got a piece of her too. Hotcakes coming in through the back of the pack, engaging with that wall of white at the back. As Brianna Ruins starting to stretch the pack out. CNY has to bridge it here in order to continue to hold back Brianna. And they cannot hold her back any longer. Brianna gets through, gets lead jammer for Burning River.
Star pass again.
And that's to Slay West again.
3 jams in a row that CNY has passed the Star. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
And that's the end of the jam. 4 more points on the board for Burning River. 64-154 the score as Burning River starts to knock on a 100-point lead over CNY.
Yep, 90 points right now.
Number 32, Reem at the line against number 146, Cerebellum.
I like it when you say the numbers, Blackjack. It makes it easier to fill in my scorecard.
It's called filling for time.
Penalty box is empty. We have 80 wheels clattering on this polished concrete floor.
And Sarah Bellum gets through, gets lead jammer for Burning River.
5 in a row.
Ream still trying to negotiate this pack. And it looks like she does have the star cover in hand, and she believes she handed it off because it's not in her hand anymore.
It's 003.
So passed off to Sinful now.
It's 00 somebody. Ooh, a second penalty picked up by the CNY, by the Burning River skater. Dottie hit someone in illegal position and a gross misconduct. Or misconduct. We don't say gross anymore.
And that's the end of the jam. 4 points on the board for Burning River. 64 to 158 now the score.
$96-point lead.
6 minutes to go.
94-point lead, pardon me. White Jammer's wearing number 78. That's got to be Nat. And Black Jammer's number 18, Summer of Sam.
Nat's out. She's lead. Summer of Sam not far behind. Completes her
pretty far behind.
Very far behind now. Track cut penalty for Summer of Sam.
Back block.
Back block penalty. No, forearm. It's a forearm. I swear it's a forearm.
It's a track cut. No, it's a back block. No, it's a forearm.
She is going to the penalty box for some reason. Meanwhile, Nat gets through, gets lead jammer, and is coming in for a second scoring pass now.
There's a hierarchy of penalties, I think, so they were just deciding which one of those outranks the other. You can't. The only one you can pick two of is second of is
Summer
misconduct.
Sam breaking a lot of rules, apparently.
Breaking all the rules.
Meanwhile, Nat breaking through that 100-point lead margin. How's that for a segue? 166 to 64 right now, and they are still putting points on the board.
I don't like segues. I fell off one once.
So I haven't had the chance to try one yet.
Back block coming in. Who's leaving? Number 32 on the black team. That is Ream on the back block. Forearm penalty coming in.
Summer of Sam out of the box. Anita Grenade getting called off on that forearm. Summer of Sam takes the inside, gets through, and Nat calls it off.
Sixes are wild on the scoreboard. Oh, they were for a second, now up to 12 points. That ties the highest jam of the game. And it ties the highest jam of the game.
170 to 64 the score now as Burning River opens up a 106-point lead as we start to enter the final few minutes of this bout. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Hotcakes on the line against number 37, Brianna Ruins.
Here we go.
Burning River with a blocker advantage 4-2 right now. Hotcakes coming back in after getting knocked outside. Brianna Ruins engaging those two blockers, making her way around, picking up lead jammer.
7 in a row. Illegal position. Who's leaving? Nobody yet. Direction of play. Who's leaving?
All right. Well, Sinful's going off on one of those for CNY.
And Burning River also losing 81-81. Primo Donna.
Anita Grenade coming out of the penalty box for CNY. Meanwhile, Brianna Ruins comes into the pack as Hotcakes completes her initial pass. Brianna Ruins calls it off. 8 points on the jam there for CNY. And we got a replay pulled up. See Brianna Ruins coming in. Beautiful move to the outside. Gets around all the blockers untouched, and she is gone. Look at the way she switches her hips there. Boom, to the outside. Uses that momentum to grip her toe stops and run around to everybody else.
Out on the jammer lane, we got Ream going up against Sarah Bellum. Up against going up against. That's what I said.
It's good. I like it.
Hey, look at that. Lead jam for Burning River. What do you know? 8 in a row.
And Ream getting knocked around, but she does complete her initial pass for CNY. Sarah Bellum getting ready to score some points here. And that's the end of the jam.
2.5 minutes left to play in the game. Almost a 3-1 margin. A 3-1 ratio, I should say. I get margins and ratios mixed up sometimes.
I have to count on my fingers. It's fine.
Sometimes I'll take my shoes off.
Summer of Sam going against Nat as we get ready for one of the final jams. Probably not the final jam, but maybe. Everyone's very tight
We
against
started
that
with
jammer line.
exactly 2 minutes. So if this goes the full 2, no one can stop it.
Yeah, the jammer clock and the penalty or the jam clock and the penalty clock are in exact sync right now.
And Lee Jam White.
And Summer of Sam does complete her initial pass. Nat, lead jammer right now for Burning River.
If that white jammer goes to the box, this will do it.
And she does not.
Okay.
We just witnessed a unicorn in roller derby, Bobby.
Yeah?
And now it's gone. It was fleeting, but now it's over.
Unicorns will do that.
Just a brief flash of brilliance before vanishing into the night. Number 42, Hotcakes on the line against number 37, Brianna Ruins.
So the 9 lead jams in a row by Burning River, matched by 9 scoreless jams for the Nightmares.
And Real Caro asks questions why Nat called off the penalty there, or why Nat called off the jam. And we've mentioned it before. You know, these teams are here to play roller derby, so they were looking to engage in another jam, potentially get another jammer out there. But we do see a power jam situation here.
Both jammers getting forearms. No, somebody else got a forearm. Well, you still have one jammer on the track.
And that is Hotcakes that's out there.
Yeah, talking on about the quote-unquote piling on of the points. Hey, look at that, lead jam for the Nightmares. Because they're playing for rankings, and the rankings are determined by a calculator, so it's not bad, it's not unsporting to pile on the points. Yet it's something that you have to do, especially when you're the lower-seeded team.
Yes, which Burning River is, despite the fact that they've had a very impressive performance. And it is risky in a way, so this could affect their, the difference in this now with the power jam could affect their rankings negatively. But Burning River has been able to control things pretty frequently throughout the progress of the second half, so they figured that they would take the gamble. And ultimately, it's not going to pay off for them, but it's also not going to damage them too much either.
Jam is called by CNY. They do get 4, stopping their skid. Oh, look at that. That's an unofficial final.
And just like that, the game is over. Unofficial score, 182-68. Burning River, your victors in this bout. Great performance after a very close first half, battling back and forth. Burning River managed to break it open, and they never let off the gas.
CNY has a few seconds left in which to register an official review. They do have it remaining, but they're lining up for their victory laps, so I do not think they will take it. And now we have a official final, 182 for the Burning River Roller Derby All-Stars, 68 for the Central New York Roller Derby Nightmares. Well, heck of a match. What's coming up next? Looks like we're going to have Antwerp versus Providence. Should be a great matchup. Antwerp coming all the way from Belgium. Providence coming all the way from Rhode Island. That shall be the next matchup.
And then we're going to be closing off the day with Appalachian versus Bruce City at 7.
And then an awards ceremony and an after party.
Yeah, the after party will not be on Twitch.
No.
We don't want any video evidence of that.
You might see some YouTube videos, but you won't see anything on Twitch.tv. Thank you for joining us on Twitch TV. And thank you to Nerd Derby, to the New England Roller Derby Report, brought to you by Chad and Lana. Our producer has been Jim the Grim. I'm Bobby Narco.
I'm Blackjack.
And we wish you peace, love, and roller derby.